We're constantly bombarded with messages about anxiety. And one solution seems to be absolutely everywhere these days: mindfulness. But today we're going to look at an ancient, and I mean an incredibly practical, take on this very modern problem.
Seriously, you can't escape it. It's on apps, it's in corporate wellness programs, it's all over your social media feed. We're told to be present, watch our breath, let things go. And look, for a lot of people, it genuinely does help. But that's not the whole story.
Let's be real for a second. For so many of us, the way mindfulness is sold today can feel a little, vague. It can feel pretty disconnected from the actual pressure of a work deadline, or a tough conversation, or that knot of anxiety in your stomach that just refuses to go away. So, what if there's a different way to think about all this? Okay, so before we dive into a different approach, we have to get to the heart of what mindfulness really is. Let's just strip away all the noise for a second and start with a super clear basic definition. I mean, just look at how simple that is. It's not some kind of mystical state, it's a skill. It's about noticing, not reacting, and not getting swept away by your own thoughts. That's it. That's the foundation. Just seeing what's actually going on inside your own head. And this right here, this is what so many people get wrong. The goal is not to have an empty mind or to feel blissful all the time. I mean, that's impossible, right? The real goal is just clarity. It's like turning on the lights in a dark room so you can finally see what's actually there. And here's where it gets really interesting. This modern wellness trends actually has these incredibly deep practical roots. There was an entire school of ancient philosophy that wasn't just interested in this skill of clarity, they built their whole system around it. And not as a way to escape from the world, but as a way to meet it head on. So yeah, we're talking about Stoicism, but probably not the version of Stoicism you've heard about, because at its core, it's really a philosophy of attention, and it paints a totally different picture of what mindfulness can be. You know the stereotype, the capital S Stoic. Someone who just grits their teeth, suppresses all their emotions, and is just tough and unfeeling. But that's a total caricature. The reality is that Stoicism at its heart is a philosophy of attention. It's a rigorous training in where you choose to put your focus. Okay, to really get this, there's one key piece of Stoic lingo we need: the impression. An impression is just that first automatic flash of thought or feeling you have. So your boss sends a late night email, that little jolt of, oh no, what did I do wrong? That is the impression. It's just the raw data. The entire Stoic practice, the whole game, happens right there in that little space. An event happens, you get that first impression, but before you just knee-jerk react, you insert a pause. You create this tiny moment of space between the stimulus and how you respond. And that's the light bulb moment. That deliberate pause is mindfulness. It's that moment of clear seeing before you get carried away by anger or fear or judgment. This isn't about sitting on a cushion for an hour. It's about applying that awareness right in the messy middle of your actual life. So this all sounds great in theory, doesn't it? But how do we actually use this ancient idea to deal with something as powerful and immediate as anxiety? Let's get really practical here. Just think about it for a second. Where does anxiety get its power? It's when a thought like something terrible is about to happen pops into your head and you instantly fuse with it. You believe it, 100%, automatically. That stoic pause is the perfect antidote. It creates just enough space to see the thought without having to become the thought. Okay, so what does this look like when you're feeling that anxiety bubble up? Step 1, just notice the physical feelings, the tight chest, the fast heartbeat. Step 2, name it, but without all the drama. Just, this is anxiety, not, oh my God, I'm in danger. Step 3, just watch the crazy thoughts go by, the worst case scenarios, the predictions. Let them stream past without grabbing on. Step 4 is the real game changer. You don't have to agree with them. You can just notice them and say, okay, I see you, but I don't have to believe you right now. And finally, step 5, bring your attention back to something real right now, like your breath or the feeling of your feet on the floor. This whole practice does way more than just get you through a single anxious moment. Over time, it fundamentally retrains the most valuable resource you've got. This is the core insight that the Stoics, guys like the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, had to keep reminding themselves of. Thoughts happen, emotions happen, but they are not you. You are the consciousness that's aware of them. You're the one who can actually observe them and then choose how to respond.
A stressed out mind is a scattered mind. Your attention just gets totally hijacked. It's constantly being pulled into worrying about the future, or dragged back into replaying the past, or just getting caught in this relentless inner narrator who's telling you how everything is going wrong. But the Stoic practice does the exact opposite. It brings your attention back to this moment, right here, back to that small circle of things you can actually do something about. And maybe most importantly, it helps you realize that most things in life do not require an immediate frantic reaction from you. And let's be absolutely crystal clear about this. Stoicism is not some magic wand that makes life's problems disappear. The difficult stuff will still be there. What this practice removes is that extra layer of suffering that we add on top of it, all the unnecessary mental noise, the panic, and the second guessing. So, as we start to pull all this together, what's the actual goal here? It's a subtle but really powerful shift from what modern mindfulness sometimes promises. This is not a passive philosophy. It's not about escaping from the world. It's the total opposite. It's about using that clear observation to then take better, more deliberate, more effective action in the world. You see clearly, and then you act from that place of clarity. So why does this ancient approach feel so perfect for right now? Well, because it's grounded in the reality of everyday life. It's psychologically precise. It gives you a specific tool for a specific problem. And most of all, it's just so usable. You can do it right here, right now, in the middle of a meeting without an app or a quiet room. And that right there is the ultimate takeaway. Feeling calm is nice, sure, it's a great byproduct, but it's not the point. The real prize is clarity, the ability to see things as they really are. It's steadiness in the face of challenges, and it's the freedom of choice that you get when you're no longer a slave to your own automatic reactions. So I'll just leave you with this question to chew on. Just imagine for a moment what would become possible in your work, in your relationships, in your own head, if you could just create that tiny little pause and stop obeying every single thought and feeling automatically. What would you do with all that freedom?